Hi, it's Phil here from the podcast. We've decided to split this episode into two parts because it ran a little bit longer than expected. Hope you enjoy. Bye.
My ballsack looks like Bill Murray. Hey Space Cadets and Airheads, welcome to Season 3 of Not 40 Just Blank. It's a radical and righteous podcast in which each episode we take you back to the bodacious 1980s, looking back at news, TV, sports, film and music of a single year of that bitchin' decade. It sounds mega. So come and join us on our latest gnarly journey, dudes, as we head back to the 80s, the decade that fashion forgot, right here on Not 40 Just Blank. Hello and welcome to another episode of Not 40 Just Blank. We promise we don't bite hard. We're back to take another trip down memory lane, and this week sees us peep at all things 1983, if you can believe it. My fellow travel companions have arrived right on cue, so it's a very warm welcome to my little devils, Richard and Phil. Hello.
Hello.
You're right, Cox.
Yeah, well, we're all right, Cox.
I don't know where I went with that. That's something I haven't said before.
We're very good. We're very good. We've had a good week, haven't we, Del?
Have you? What might have happened in this particular week?
You know what's happened.
Old Smiley Reynolds.
You know what's happened.
I guess Smiley.
We won a trophy, didn't we?
We
Stan won a trophy.
I thought you meant me and you, just
Yeah,
at
we
the
did. We won
naked darts.
Most improved players of the year.
You won,
Yeah,
you won
won
knobbly
that.
knees.
Lovely knees. Oh, lovely legs.
Down and lovely legs. But yeah, West
Jimmy,
Ham did
you won
all
lovely,
right.
lovely heads, obviously.
I won lovely legs. That's very kind of you, my darling. But yeah, well done, chaps. Well done.
Yeah, it
it's
was good, wasn't it?
it's a long time
Yeah, we
coming,
did,
I
yeah.
suppose, isn't it?
It's,
So, are you still celebrating now? Are you
Yeah, I
half
think-
cut?
I think
I
so.
think I have. Yeah, I've literally drunk every day this week. I said it earlier, but it's been a heavy week.
It's been a big week.
It was good. It was a good Wednesday night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah,
What else? did you
unforgettable.
do, for goodness' sake.
Yeah, it's yeah. I don't know. I'm a little bit embarrassed by it.
So
Yeah.
now, basically, so if
Bit
it
embarrassed. I don't know if it was weird winning something.
43 years, was it?
43
So that
yeah.
means
So
that
West
you'll
Ham.
be 87 the next time. it
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Maybe,
literally,
yeah. Maybe it'll actually finish this next time. Like we actually
It could
have a
be,
proper heart
couldn't it?
attack.
Yeah.
That'd have to be like a Champions League or
wheeled out or
or a
something.
Premier League.
Yeah, well, that's enough about us. That's enough about us, isn't it?
Don't need to know that.
It's been a good week.
That's old news.
Yeah.
Old
Shall
now.
we talk
Old
about
hat.
even older
Yeah,
news?
let's go back.
Let's go back to 83 then, shall we?
Yeah.
Right, let's do this bloody thing.
Oh.
Let's talk.
Oh, can I just quickly ask you a question?
You know when you want to say no, and you feel like for the format you've got to
It's a
say
bit like
yes.
a car crash, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
yes, Richard.
Like when you get like an alcoholic come up to you at a bus stop or something.
Yeah. So, you're right, mate. And you're like, I don't want to make eye contact with him in case he asks something weird. But as you've asked.
But I best not ignore him either, because he
Exactly. He could turn
could
tetchy.
take
Right.
offence to it.
Exactly.
So,
what's the question,
So
Dan?
this was bugging me today. I asked this question to a certain person,
Right.
and they responded to me and answered it. But I'm going to ask it
Can
to
we ask
you
who
guys.
you asked?
Oh, you can ask me after because it'll be relevant.
Might be a bit of
right?
a giveaway. Okay.
Right, but here it is. Yeah, it's proper serious. Yeah, when you.
Is it like we got to be? Is
No,
it
no,
who
no,
answers?
No, seriously,
quickest?
no fucking around. This is serious. Like, I don't want to know sort of like chortle here.
Yeah.
There's no humour.
This
in
is
that.
not a funny moment,
This is no.
which is unfortunate for a comedy podcast.
yeah.
But here we go.
I didn't really want to have to bring it up, but
That's going to have woken someone.
do you think airline pilots get suntans?
You know, my first thought was I shouldn't let him say something. I stand by it.
Like, do you mean like
What,
in
with
life
like a-
in generally they just can't get a suntan?
Or are you thinking of like a trucker who's
Well,
got
yeah,
his
they
arm,
could be like they're banned from getting
Yeah, it's
suntans.
like
he's got his arm out the window at 30,000 feet. And
like a bus driver's
like a bus
forearm.
driver's forearm, yeah.
But then I just don't
Is that
know.
what you think a pilot does?
I
He
just don't know
sticks
why
his
they
arm
can't.
out.
Why they can't get suntan at any point in their life? Like they're just.
What made you think of that question, Dale, just out of curiosity?
I actually asked that question to an airline pilot today.
Oh, right.
There's an airline pilot I walk around the field with. Like again, like we've
It
got
sounds
dogs.
weird. They've got
They're
dogs.
not
They don't just walking around
fields
fields.
with airline pilots.
Like he's looking for a place to land for future.
Every time they come into Heathrow, I like becken them out. I just going in. Here, mate, you'll come.
It's a long taxi journey back to the.
Dale, I've got an idea
the
that I think could be, and it could. I don't know why I'm giving you this idea. It's just coming in my head, and it could rival our podcast.
Right, okay.
So I want a bit of money for it.
Okay.
But you know,
Or
like
you
James
wanna-
Corden does
Are you about
that.
to leave ours?
You know,
and
like
just
James
join the
Corden does
rival?
that driving, like in the interviews. Why don't you do one walking around the field, dog walking with Richard Dello, and just
Yeah,
interviewing people?
Carpool karaoke. This will be
Dog-
what
Yeah.
dog walking discussions. Or something.
Yeah.
You've now just thrown it out to everyone and their dog, literally.
their dog,
So they
literally.
can.
Well,
they're gonna-
it's recorded, so I want a bit of the.
Okay, you put a patent on it.
Yeah,
You better put-
exactly.
That's it. So
Oh,
it's
man.
done.
Well,
So basically, you got between now and when this comes out, Dale, to actually start that up before Phil gets any money from it.
what's that? Yeah, I know. Well, sadly enough, he turned around and said no. I was hoping for the fact he said like they've all got their tops off, they're rubbing suntan
really
lotion
white?
in.
So do you
Let's
assume
go.
what that they don't get a chance because they do a quick turnaround, they land and then they clear off back again?
No,
so they never
no. See, that's a sensible.
I'm
Like,
thinking
that's,
Dell does. I mean, does he get it through the windows? Through the windows, and he's close to the.
That's
he's closer
sadly the
to
way
the
that
sun.
that's what I was thinking. Like, do they have their tops off? Are they allowed to like rub suntan lotion into
Sunglasses, cigar.
If I
That's
didn't
why-
think that you'd snigger at the word
That's why it's
cockpit,
called- yeah.
I would say that I've been in the front of the plane. It's very, very small.
Is that what? Is
get
that
three
that's why
people
it's
in
called
that.
cockpit? Because they
Because
rub
it's basically a tiny little area and there's 3 cocks in it. Yeah.
naked rubbing in cream.
Very sexist
Wow.
profession, the airline pilots, isn't it?
Captain over.
Roger.
First name Ben.
Ben.
Doe.
Bar.
Oh,
Silly
stop it.
sausages.
Yeah, sorry, that was my hard-hitting question.
Hard-hitting question. Right, so let's move from hard-hitting questions to our current affairs
There is-
of,
Let's
Sorry.
quickly move.
of 41 years
There
ago
is
or
another
something.
one, but I can save it.
Oh, don't treat us too well too soon.
Don't spoil us.
Save,
All right.
that, save that for the end.
I'm getting my
Dale.
pen out.
Gonna
It'll be-
mark it.
I'll bring it up in the music section.
Okay.
So is it a music question?
It's music based.
No, that's the odd bit of
It's
it.
music based, Philip.
To be fair, was that question anything to do with 1983 on news?
Yeah.
Well,
You've
people
got a-
flew planes in 1983.
Well, actually, you should say that. And this, go on, because I've got
Yeah.
something to say about this.
Oh, all right. So let's talk news of '83. Then we can get on to your vexing question.
Well,
or
no, it's related to
statement.
this news.
Oh, okay.
See, I think I'd
What,
know-
airline pilots?
Well, I was just my kind of news was to say I think I would have stayed away from planes in 1983 because the whole news was pretty much plane crashes.
Really?
Bomb plane. Yeah, that was all I ever got was like
No, I got none of that.
plane crashes, bombs on planes.
Well,
and
start
Oh,
as you
really?
mean to go
shot
on
out
then,
the
Phil.
sky and.
Wow.
What you got then?
Well, obviously the Cold War was obviously starting here, wasn't it? You had Reagan and Russia were going at it.
How cold was the Cold War?
Oh, freezing, chilly, frosty.
So like, Reagan calls Russia an evil empire. And then
Oh,
they
wow, it's a
developed
horrible thing to
See,
say.
exactly.
and
Cold.
develops technology to intercept enemy missiles. So it's all of this start of the Cold War was coming this way, wasn't it?
It's just like, it just made me laugh, the fact that they called Russia, oh, you're a horrible empire.
Basically, name calling.
Like-
Yeah, to two guys that
Instead
got
of
their
like
finger on
saying,
the
you're
nuclear
a
button.
fucking
Yeah.
bunch
But you did have airline flight, and this is not a gag, but 007 was shot down by a Soviet jet fighter.
Really?
Yeah.
They were always a little bit close to starting
So,
the
I
old
mean, it
Third
was all
World
of it.
War, wasn't it? But never did.
Did you know? All I was reading was plane crashes and bombs.
I think what I did, I veered towards the
You're
lighter
looking at
side
me
of
for
it.
that. You're not going to get that. Well, I was
See,
a little-
we know we're going to get weird news with Dale, so I thought I'll try and keep it light if you're going to go down a dark path. So I had the rear of the year of 1983.
Oh, right, yeah.
Let's start
So we had
strong.
82 was Susan.
82 was Susie Quattro.
81 was. what's the name
81
from?
was... Oh, my goodness, I've got it in here. Bear with us, caller. Bear with us, callers.
From that program, comedy show. wasn't it?
Felicity Kendall was 81,
It's
yeah.
83.
So 83. Who do
I
you think
thought
was
it was
big
Danny
in 83?
DeVito's wife.
Rhea Perlman. That would have been a lovely shout down. What, from Cheers? Kind
Cheers,
of.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tyler.
83.
Lovely pair of buns. Rhea's Rhea.
So who was big-
of the year.
To give us
Chris Rea.
What was their
Rhea Perlman.
profession?
They were a singer.
Singer. 80. Debbie Harry.
No, a great shout.
Oh, was it your choice the previous year? Was it Kim Wilde?
No, but another
Okay.
great shout. Very, very good posteriors, both.
Oh. Is it all? Was there a male one?
Not
at this
yet,
time?
no, they didn't do Mao until
Stevie
sort of
Nicks.
into the 90s. No, another great
Stevie
shout.
Wonder.
He was the judge.
He was the judge, yeah. He had to do it all by feel. He had a great time.
Sometimes he buries his stick right in their ass.
Thought it was a pencil sharpener. He had a lovely afternoon making scores. It wasn't Debbie Harry.
You
It wasn't
removed your
Kim
stick from my
Wilde.
ass, Mr. Wonder.
It wasn't Stevie Wonder. I can give you... I mean, if I give you any form of musical clue...
Your
I'll give it away
Labrador's
straight
looking
away.
matters.
It was Lulu.
Oh, mate,
Bloody
really?
Lulu.
You know, I think we touched on this before, but you know
Did you?
about
We touched on Lulu.
Lulu's.
Is that why
arse.
we're not allowed to
Did
go
you
and
hear
talk
the
to
rumour about Lulu's arse?
Did we? Oh, was this something? Did we take that?
Allegedly,
Was
you
this
have-
something
Oh,
to
was
take
it
that?
one of the
take
Take That
that,
boys, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, she went through them all during the Relight My Fire.
I think so. Yeah, that was the rumour, wasn't it? Yeah,
I think so. But, well, if she had the same buns,
yeah, exactly.
shout.
Apparently, she could crush a man's helmet.
It makes me want to shout, that's for sure. There we go.
Make me want to shit.
So from Rear of the Year, before we get back to the death and destruction of the entire universe,
Something to look forward to.
CDs went on sale for the first time ever.
In America, wasn't it?
No, this is in the UK.
Oh, is it?
In '83. Yeah, the
CD.
£1 coin was introduced.
Oh, really?
Changing the way people carried coin or like change forever.
Oh, yeah, it was,
all
yeah.
like paper, wasn't it? Before that,
Yeah, paper notes. Yeah.
through for a load of what newspaper
Did
vendors.
we
off.
still have the half
wasn't
penny
it?
at that point?
No, we'd gone. No, it was but decimalisation was 71, wasn't it? So
Yeah, we had a half. I
we
remember
would've
having
had-
half p.
really, you
Yeah.
rich were you? Show
I
off.
remember. It must be in the early 80s half
You
p.
reckon? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never,
okay.
I never carried anything smaller than a 50.
A footny bit.
Carry on.
You got
Carry on.
lovely.
I'm going to Google it.
Lovely
Okay.
pair of Frupneys. So we can come back to coinage. The only other weird bit, not weird bit, but like proper news, is that seatbelt usage finally becomes compulsory
That's
for
mad,
drivers.
isn't it?
In the front seat only, though.
Oh, really?
Couldn't give a fuck
People
about the kids in the back. Fuck the kids in the back, as long as the mum and dad are all right in the
Worse,
front.
isn't it? God, mate. When
Go-
they used to show the crash test dummy demonstrations.
Exactly. You're like, what? That kid gets thrown? That no.
yeah.
But yeah, they still went just the front. Just the front. Kids are bendy, aren't they?
That's really. It's really.
Yeah. Mad, isn't it?
mate.
In 83, it's like 40 years
People
ago.
were still flying out the back. That's just yeah. God.
Absolutely mad, isn't it?
They knew all this crap, didn't
Of course they must have done. Some massive conspiracy.
Like, as if
Let's not
so-
go down a conspiracy theory.
they? No, I know, but like
yeah.
someone must have gone. You know what? Terry's come up with a great idea. Let's just.
I don't
put
think it's
seatbelts
it's not just in the front, guys. It happens in the back as well. What we're noticing is a massive uptick in the amount of
Breaking
rear seat
news.
deaths.
Ah, man.
Breaking news.
Breaking.
Go on. Is this coinage?
The
Coinage breaking news.
uncirculation of the half penny was 1984.
Wowzers!
There you go.
So you would have had a half penny in your little man bag.
So 71 was it when it started. 84 was when it
Philly half penny.
uncirculated.
Old Philly half
Because I
penny.
remember still getting sweets for half p. Don't you remember them? Like the blackjacks and fruit salads.
Quality
Yeah.
confectionery, regardless.
Now they're like 10p and half the size.
Is that when you was working for Fagin?
That was around the old Milton's, around the corner. You remember Milton's? I used to love Milton's.
Picking pockets. Oh,
Got to pick a pocket or two.
Pip Whitehouse picks
Pipper
pockets.
pocket. Pipper
You got a Pipper pocket or two.
Pipper picks a pecker.
That was my third album.
What a back catalogue you've got, Reynolds.
The Unplugged.
Oh,
Really is impressive.
great name for an album.
Where am I? So I've done that. The only other couple of things I can mention to you, the Brinks-Mat robbery took place at Heathrow Airport. Remember that?
No.
So 7,000 gold bars worth 26 million quid were taken.
Was this what they did the programme just about,
recently,
the gold?
Yeah. And only a very few of them have been recovered, so it's still presumably out there. There you go. And
Wow.
Dennis Nilsson went on trial for, let's say, being a bit naughty and killing, in his words, 15 or 16 men.
Yeah, he was proper messed up.
Yeah.
Do you know how he used to get rid of like the bodies?
Is it the one that he was put in, it's the one that's in his drains, isn't it? That was
Yeah,
all
he used to
found in
flush
there.
like hands
Oh,
and
yeah, that
fingers
was-
down the toilet.
Down the toilet.
That was
yeah,
the
chop them
programme
all
they
up
did.
and-
What's his name? David Tennant, wasn't
David
it? Was that
Tennant,
one?
yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that was weird.
He
wasn't
looks creepily like him. As well.
Yes,
That's
yes, incredibly like him. Does
Yeah.
play a very good psychopath quite well.
Yeah,
doesn't he?
proper. Yeah.
Maybe we should be starting rumours about David Tennant. Who knows?
He won't be able to get into the Ralph Harris biography, will he?
Yeah,
not-
we're going to have to commission that.
Hugh Jackman's going to be.
I've got a couple more.
Oh God, more news.
Go on.
Is it about the death and destruction of the entire world?
Well, there was one of them, but I'm going to ignore that one because I feel like I'm bringing it down. So I've got some.
I just mentioned the gay serial killer Dennis Nilsson. I mean, you know.
I've got some lighter news. Vanessa Williams becomes the first black Miss America.
Ah, well done her.
The Vanessa Williams.
Save the
who's-
best till last.
Yeah, yeah. Great.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Bill Gates introduces Windows 1.0
1.0.
Ooh, really?
and the
Novel
Jules
name.
Rimet stolen from headquarters at the Brazilian Confederation in Rio.
Again?
Wow.
No, I think that's when it was stolen. The Jules from May.
Yeah,
George Monroe Trophy. That was
stolen in...
The dog got they
Pickles.
got it stolen
Pickles
once, but
got
the
the
dog
other
caught
one.
it. They got it back, didn't they? But obviously it got stolen again, didn't it?
Wow.
In Rio.
God, it's
Bloody
hot
everything.
property.
Yeah, hot property.
Ooh.
Might have been the same people that stole the gold from Heathrow.
Might have been. Maybe what are they making? A massive C-3PO statue, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Need as
What,
much
in
gold as
the
possible.
cold.
Or maybe they made the Rio de Janeiro, what do you call it?
Statue of Christ the Redeemer.
Yeah, I don't know how long it's been there. I'm guessing way before that.
I would have thought before 83. Quite possibly.
Is that what it is? Christ, I thought it was a tribute to Daniel LaRusso's karate kick he does in
Yeah,
the
no,
leg,
in the
legs up
karate
in the
kick.
no,
crane
yeah.
kick.
that's the one in
crane
Gates. That's the one in Gateshead.
Oh, really?
The Angel of the North. They're just waiting to put the legs on. They can quite afford it because there's been a cost of living crisis since they built the top half.
It's a Brazilian.
That's a lovely thought, though, isn't it?
To pray to
Sweep
Daniel
the leg.
LaRusso.
No. And then as a tribute to what follows. Lovely.
Crane kick.
Oh, that's made me think now. Anyway, right. Any more news of a sensible kind from us two?
No.
I say sensible kind. That was very much in inverted commas. Right. Should we do some weirder news?
Yes.
Have you got a? Have you worked out a theme tune yet, Dale? A little jingle.
Changes every
the last
week.
time you went.
It changes every week.
There was a lot of kind
Yeah,
of
we could
growling
do
stuff.
weird news, but then it seemed to Jim versus Phil.
Yeah, just change it. It's
Just
fun.
change it
Okay.
up. Yeah.
Down, down, down. Oh, got weird news running through my veins.
I like it. Upbeat, perky.
go.
Good stuff. What you got
A
for
little
us?
bit wired. First of all, I've got a bowl of dicks.
Right.
No,
Good.
sorry.
My
It's,
favourite bowl.
Oh, you're sorry. That's just an appetizer, isn't it? I've got my two. I don't know where that'd be an appetizer. A bowl of dicks, please.
Presumably.
Garçon.
Dennis Nilsson's
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
In the toilets, the Mario brothers are just
trying to
getting
clear
them
this
out
out.
with plungers.
He's made us such a mess. He's got a bigger bowl of dicks down here. I don't know where this is going. I don't know where it's heading. Save us, Del.
That's
Quick.
donkey wrong. Jim. There you go.
Lovely.
There you go. So the first one I got is my two dads, right? So
All right.
a lady in Brazil went to secure child support for her deadbeat dad/husband, but she got twice what she bargained for when she found out the child's DNA actually matched a pair of identical twins. So her brother. So sorry, the guy's brother. So they're exactly the same DNA. And the judge decided that they both should pay child support because he couldn't prove
She's getting double bubbles.
double bubble from.
Wow.
So she was shagging a twin.
Yeah, well, it turns out, yeah.
Yeah. Right,
So,
okay.
but they couldn't prove
went on the
who they
financial
couldn't prove
side.
who the father was. So both of them had to pay child support.
Too darn right.
So,
Well, she
that's-
done all right then, didn't she?
I know, yeah, it's actually
of-
living
Good
the
little
dream.
plan, isn't it?
Bit
That's a
of
good little
noughties.
plan, isn't it?
Living
and then
the
gets
dream.
double bubs.
It's not too bad.
Lovely.
So this one, I don't know if you've heard of this one before. This is actually
I doubt it.
Yeah, I've got strong suspicions.
well, yeah. So Charlie Sheen accidentally shot his then fiancée Kelly Preston. Have you heard of this? No. So but basically, what happened was she picked up his pair of trousers that were left on the floor.
Why is that funny?
Sorry.
It is, though, isn't it?
Sorry. He picked up. No, not she picked up, but he picked up.
He picks up
his
a
pair of trousers that were left on the floor, and
Yeah.
a handgun apparently fell out and hit the floor, and apparently the bullet smashed into the toilet bowl, and she had shrapnel left in her leg.
Well, like ricocheted and hit her leg.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I think she got a bit, and she got a bit of shrapnel. Well, apparently.
So, like,
anyway.
broken
Well, he never
toilet
got done
bowl.
for that.
No, it's meant to be.
I mean, you imagine
there's a
like
big thing-
Oscar, what's his name? Like, imagine them doing a Like a,
story.
Oh, sorry, mate. I thought you meant the guy from Sesame Street, the Grouch.
No, well, like,
You don't,
like,
don't want to wind him up. He's miserable as it is.
just imagine them doing a reenactment of that in like 1983.
Yeah. No, yeah, it should be. But mind you, mate,
I mean, that
Charlie
sounds like
Sheen, though.
absolute bollocks.
I mean,
doesn't it?
was he off his
I'll
neck
show
at that
you,
point, old Charles?
No, this was 80s relevant, I think. This was 80s or early 90s,
So
actually.
what's Kelly Preston in?
She was John Travolta's, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was young at the time. So this was before Travolta. This might have been like,
before he was born?
what's the film like? You know, Twins, when she, sorry, what's that, mate?
I thought he was born.
Before he was born. Yeah. That's, well, yeah. She liked him young. Yeah, so that was that really on that one. Unless you got any more
Any more
questions
Well,
on that
nothing
one.
was done about it. He just He said it was an accident. That was it.
Yeah, and then
It was
later
an
on when they
accident,
split up,
yeah.
I think he tried to put it back on her, and the story's never come out. So,
Well, she shot herself in the leg.
Well, this
She's
is coming.
shot herself in the foot.
This is coming from a guy who said he drank tiger blood.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows what to believe with that? Anyway,
God knows what from certain ladies of the night.
He did enjoy the profession, didn't he?
Yeah, so-
Big supporter.
So
Keeping them going strong.
Exactly.
This-
No harm in that.
right. So the next one's bit sort of full on actually. So it's
I think it's a bit strange.
well, it's all strange, really, but I find this a little
if
bit.
anything,
it's not that. It's just a bit harsh. I think it's trick or treat. So there's a trick or treat ban in Chesapeake, Virginia, and basically people were then not allowed to sort of do trick or treating anymore, and they could be fined if they did perform trick or treating. They could be fined up to $100, and they were either could be thrown into jail. So it's like a bit harsh. Look, this
so
is
what
actually
caused it to be so? Do you not know that?
I think it is like vigilantes, sort of like damage.
End up
to
to Charlie
properties.
Sheen's house.
Yeah, got bits of toilet thrown
I
out.
think there was intimidating old people. So, getting
okay.
but
So
basically
just
they
sort of
banned
ruled
in
it
that
out,
part.
said,
Yeah.
no.
And is it still banned to this day, you know?
I don't know.
That's an
Didn't
interesting
find out.
question.
It's quite short and brief. But yes, that's what.
Yeah, good. Take away the fun of
Because
the little kids.
obviously
That's
it's
what I
massive
say.
in America, isn't it? Like Halloween,
Yeah.
isn't it?
yeah, it's
huge.
absolutely huge. So yeah, you can imagine that town. Imagine only
Uproar.
being in that town, and then like the next town's fucking.
They're having a lovely
yeah.
time. Yeah, absolutely. You'd all
be
move, wouldn't you, just for the day?
Well, yeah, you would do if you loved it
Traipse
that
into
much.
next door, wouldn't you? Traipse into the next town.
Yeah, you'd have to, wouldn't you? Yeah, if you wanted your candy.
I wonder if there's a house that starts in the next town.
Right on
literally
the
next
border.
door, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Semi-detached house. One of them is, one of them isn't.
Some controversy there.
Yeah.
Next one is a Canadian was charged with witchcraft.
Yes. I believe it.
I told you my nan used to be a witch, didn't I? told you.
It feels like something I should have remembered.
It feels like a punchline to me.
I know.
It feels like two copies of a monster.
No, my nan once told my brother that she was basically she burnt herself on the oven one time,
Right.
and then she went to my brother. Oh, that reminds me of the time I was burnt in the 14th century or whatever.
So she
at
claimed
the
she was a
stake
witch
as a
in like
witch.
a
and
previous
and my
life,
brother
something.
didn't really know what to say after that.
It's a strange
she-
one. My nan just offer you like a humbug and then just want to play a game of rummy.
Yes,
It's nice. It's nice.
oh, she used to get stares when she used to go up to school because she had a green face and a broom.
She arrived on broomstick.
She cackled a lot.
Yeah.
But no. So yeah, she used to do that, and also she was a psychic. So and also back when she was like doing it and performing it, it was seen as like it was a
proper,
no show.
legit.
Yeah, my mum's talked about it before about it's like a no go sort of thing.
shit.
So yeah, so in order. But anyway, back to
this Canadian.
Canadian charged with witchcraft. Tiffany Butch was charged after being caught performing psychedelic readings and spells for money. So
Damn.
so that was kind of that. It's a bit brief. There's not too much else in that, but discuss, people. Any thoughts on that?
I like the name. What's her name?
Tiffany Butch.
Tiffany Butch.
Yeah, she sounds like she
Terry
should
Butcher's.
I just think it's like, why charge someone? I just think it's hilarious. If someone wants to do spells,
Yeah, exactly.
seriously, like
Exactly.
honestly,
what harm's it really doing? I mean, granted, there's about 4 of the townsfolk that have been turned into dogs or something. They were just, When's Daddy coming home? Never. He's that
Who's
dog in the
like-
back garden now. Huh?
Yeah, imagine like in the high street, someone's like putting spells on you. It's like, yeah, can't get her again, boys. She's
She's gone through Lally.
she's
She's
got-
outside Greg's chucking out spells.
got a massive cauldron and
The
stuff.
lady selling the big issue.
Yeah, just
Yeah. No thanks, love. I've already got it.
You'll be sorry, little boy.
What's the bit on the line from was it Labyrinth? Slime and snails and puppy dogs' tails, and it's all that sort of stuff.
Ah, that's nice. Someone's got to have a hobby, haven't they?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh well, that's what happened anyway.
She'd be welcome in Rayleigh doing her spells. That's all we'll say. Any more from the weird news? Weird news desk, Dale.
There is, but I can't read my. Oh yeah, sorry, I can read my own handwriting.
Oh, thank God.
Police asked locals to get absolutely wasted on alcohol. They
They asked them to do
asked
so.
them in Pennsylvania. Can you tell me why?
Ask them to get
hammered.
And they obliged as well. So why would police ask locals in Pennsylvania to get absolutely battered, mate?
Jesus. I presume it's because they've got like a surplus of booze and they're worried that the kids would get hold of it. I don't know.
Any
Reynolds?
thoughts, Phil?
I mean, you're our resident
I don't know. Maybe
chugger.
I'm thinking of something to do with a factory needed to get rid of alcohol.
I just got a picture of a factory with legs
I ain't got a clue.
running down the road.
I ain't got a clue.
We are at a loss, Richie. Tell us.
Basically, they wanted to use them for training purposes. So they wanted to train and deal with drunk people. So they got to actually get drunk and abuse the police as well. Could you imagine that? Just
help
a
the
day.
police?
Imagine if it all went wrong now. You fucking asked for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so the first 2 or 3 police people that were trying to do it didn't know how to deal with it.
And did they get arrested?
Got the shit kicked out.
I was
Well,
gonna
that's
say, did
right.
these people get arrested if they caused
You
any
got to lay
trouble?
down some like laws. You got rules,
Like
haven't
ground
you?
rules,
Ground
yeah.
rules, because you can't like just go up and just start pissing on policemen's legs.
Tiffany Butchie's just stamping on someone's face, kicking the absolute bejesus out of
You
this car park.
fucking.
It's like that film, and what's that film when they get like 24 hours to the purge? It's a bit like that, isn't it? It's like
Absolute carnage
Yeah,
in Pennsylvania. We're all going to get hammered and then we can attack the police, you say? All right, I've got nothing better to do on a Thursday. Sounds lovely.
So that's my wrap up of weird news.
Lovely.
So we'll go into, you ready, boys, for some Jim versus Phil.
Am I ready?
Jim
I've
versus Phil.
been stretching. I've done my warm up.
Right.
I'm ready, Dale. I'm
Right,
ready.
we're going a little bit different this week. We're going more celebrity.
Celebrity. This
Celebrity.
falls into Reynolds' hands already.
So we're not going records.
weird shit, though, isn't it? It's
So
Man of the people, you
it
ain't you?
is. It's a bit odd, but so you got.
I don't know why we're surprised.
So you've
when he
got
goes,
this time. I'm
"It's a
giving
bit
you it's a multiple choice, but it's
Lovely.
A, B, C, and D.
Ooh.
So, yes. So you've got to tell
Like
me
in
what
the
is the
convention of A, B, and C.
Not 1, 2, 3, 4, no?
no.
No, I like
So
answering.
you could beat each other, but you could get none of them right.
Could get none of them right at all.
So
I
you
like
might
this. Little bit
draw.
of jeopardy. Yeah.
It's a bit more extra pressure on you this week.
We're on.
boys, so-
We're ready. Are you keeping
Hang
score
on,
as well?
so I just this has nothing to do with it, but I'm just intrigued.
Oh, is it about airline pilots?
No,
Okay.
so you know the answer.
Yeah.
Have you made up the other 3, or were they genuine other options you've got somewhere?
I've made them up.
Right.
Oh, right,
That's
so-
what I'm looking
so
forward to.
basically-
Right, okay.
That's what I was hoping for.
If we can work out the weirdness, we
But
can
I
come to a
haven't
conclusion.
gone full on Dello because I can't. Because if it's too full on
We'd know the
Dello, you'd know the
answers.
answers.
Yeah. So you've got 60% Dell.
Yeah, but
Lovely.
there's stuff. But the actual thing itself, some of them are actually quite
Odd in themselves.
Okay. Yeah.
All
So
right, let's see how it goes.
right. First of all, right. Number 1.
Lovely.
What unusual body part does Denzel Washington have?
Already I'm excited by these answers.
Is it A, a web toe? Is it B, a curly penis? Is it C, a dislocated finger? Or is it D, neither?
Okay, who's going first on this? Is it me to go first? I think it was you last time, was it? Oh, no. Oh, should we do rock, paper, scissors? Okay. Always good for a listening audio podcast. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. That's you. Reynolds to go
Bill,
first.
what are you going for?
So-
a dislocated finger it's not that odd. What was the first one?
First
Web toe.
one, Web toe.
I'm going for curly penis.
Curly
yeah.
cock. dislocated
Right, okay.
thing.
Like a curly fry.
Like a pig's,
Curly whirly.
Like a pig's
Okay.
dick. They're curly, aren't they?
Okay.
Or is it Fox's ones that are like corkscrews?
No, yeah, it's foxes.
That's why they scream like absolute buggers, don't
when
they?
it comes out.
Okay.
So you've gone for that. I'm going to go for the webbed toe.
Web toe. You're both wrong. It was a dislocated.
Oh God!
It's, but it's like if you see a picture, it's really
Like
prominent.
properly
It's
dislocated,
it's
like right-angled type job.
Yeah, it's like it's
Oh,
proper.
wow.
So none
How
of
do
you get
not
that.
Can he then pop it back in when he's acting? Because you would expect that you'd seen his hands in some films, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Huh? I'll have to look it out. Right, that's it. Next
Right.
weekend.
So these
Denzel
aren't
Washington marathon.
These
We're gonna
aren't
look at his fingers.
like I say. These aren't super weird. Some of them are. They're just you
Well, I mean,
wouldn't
to be fair,
expect.
you went with the curly penis on one of the options. Now.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
not rule it
true.
out.
That's like it's curly. I just see like I've got blimmin' curly fries in my head, or like you say, a pig's tail, or a corkscrew penis. Exactly. Right. So number 2. Anyway, I digress.
So it's still 0-0.
I mean, on these ones, to be fair, you could be included in the point scoring. So you could say you got 2 points on that because you fooled us both.
Well, if you want to.
Are you throwing a curveball into
Yeah. Don't know.
do.
If you allow...
Only if he loses eventually.
Yeah.
Okay, Ryan, we'll do this as a trial run. I'll keep score just for,
Bit like heads and
for
volleys.
shits and gigs.
Yeah, exactly. Keep a cool that one.
just
So
right.
2 points. All right,
Question 2. What was Tim Allen, what was he once arrested for? Was it for A, stealing hubcaps off cars, B, cocaine possession, C, throwing soup in an old lady's face, or D, neither?
So hubcaps, cocaine, soup in a face. I'm gonna. I mean, you know, it's
Can
one
we
of
ever
the
go
first
the same
two, right?
if you take what the answer?
Yeah, I think we have to, don't we?
Yeah, if you want to go.
I think it's going to be hubcaps then.
Okay.
But the cocaine thing could be possible. That's what's interesting. Clearly, the soup in an old lady's face is just meant.
Yeah, nah. Yeah.
I mean, if it's not, I take it all back. And Buzz Lightyear went off the rails early doors, didn't he?
Yeah, it
See,
is.
I'm
You're going for soup.
no, I'm just trying to put my into Dell's head.
Right.
I think this
Don't
one. I
go
think this
too-
one.
don't
I
go
think
in
this
too
one's
long.
made up. I'm going to go neither.
Go neither. Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It was actually cocaine.
God
I was
damn
going to
it.
get. It was
Gets
either that or neither.
Another 2 points for Richie Dizzle.
Right.
He's smashing this. I can't believe we're
Right.
going to come freaking
Okay.
second or third in a 2-person race.
Right. Question number 3. How many children does Dennis Rodman have?
Oh, Jesus.
Fucking hell.
Is it A, 28? Is it B, 709? Is it C, 16? Or D, neither? He's a Jaffa.
It's an absolute japper. I think it's you, isn't it?
20, whatever it was.
28.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for the 16 then.
1-0 to Phil.
Oh, 28 kids. Shut up.
hell.
28
Yeah.
kids.
Hell.
Guessing someone didn't know about protection, did they?
I'm guessing someone didn't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit, 28.
You know, that is
Bloody
crazy.
hell.
Isn't
I
it?
mean, to be fair, I went, well, 16's a lot.
I know.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Wow.
Question number 4.
Hats off to Dennis.
Whitney-
Well, hats on for Dennis.
Oh, yeah.
It's a bit too fucking late now, isn't it?
Right, question number 4. Whitney Houston was a producer on what film? A, Rambo First Blood, Part 2.
Hang on, part 2.
Yeah, Part 2.
Yeah, if it was the original, I would have believed it.
Well,
Part 2, she was never involved in that.
Number 2, Flashdance. Number 3, Princess Diaries. Or D, neither.
Okay. I love that we went A, 2, 3, D.
So,
Rambo First Blood Part 2.
See,
Flashdance.
Flashdance was 83, was this year, but I think that was before Whitney's time, so no. It can't be Rambo. What's the third one? Princess
Princess
Diaries.
Diaries.
That sounds the more. That
Sure.
sounds the more.
I'm going to go for neither.
You're going for
I'll
neither.
go Princess Diaries.
Phil takes another
Shuts
point.
the front door. I'm coming
was
third.
you close to going Rambo?
I'm so livid.
Was any of you close to going Rambo? 2-0 to Phil.
At no point, Del, was I close to going for Rambo First
Right.
Blood Part
To be fair, I was a little, only because it was
Right.
It was about 85, 86. I think
you
she was
waver?
big then. I thought she might have just put her money into like a fucking film.
Just
she
a
didn't know
weird,
about.
like,
Yeah.
Right, question number 5.
Oh, my days.
Singer Kesha
Yeah,
and actress Lucy Liu
yeah.
claim they both had sex with what strange thing? Was it A?
Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, Dennis Rodman. Was it A ghost, B, a kettle, C, a mannequin, or D, neither?
Oh, my days.
A ghost.
This is ridiculous. Lucy Liu and Kesha. A ghost, a kettle,
A mannequin, or neither?
none of them.
I know. I know what I'm going
Fucking
for.
hell. Go on.
I'm going to go for a ghost.
Well, that means I've either got to
Well, yeah,
break
you
it
can't
into-
go the same.
I can go a kettle or a mannequin. Both of which I know are ridiculous. So I might as well just go ridiculous. A kettle.
Wow.
Tell me it's right, Dale. Come on, give me the point now.
No.
No.
I'd love to. I love it.
Give me the point now.
I love Lucy Lou.
Having
Kettle.
not one of them.
And was it
both
boiled?
of them had sex with the kettle.
Was it boiled?
Kesha as well. Kesha
God.
put the kettle on. Lucy took it off again.
She did.
Let's pull it out again. It was a
three-way.
ghost. Phil was right. Yeah, so it's got
Oh, fire now. No.
3-0.
It turns out you might know your
So-
shit celebrity news.
So,
Or you just know how weird Dell's 60% is.
Yeah.
right. So last question. Rick Astley
Oh, already brilliant.
famously was caught sticking what famous product by Heinz up his anus?
Just so you're aware, I've never heard this. So famously, he's fairly liberal with that.
Is it A ketchup bottle, B, a can of beans, C, alphabetic,
Can of beans up his jaff. All right.
C, alphabetic spaghetti?
What, individuals? Was he trying to spell it out? Give you up?
Never gonna give you up. Or together forever. It's got to be never gonna give you up.
Right, so-
or D, neither, obviously.
Obviously.
So we've never heard of this, and
Fucking hell.
Dell's
Famously.
He hasn't gone for a neither yet, so it's.
Yeah.
I think we've both got to go neither. Well, I am, and I'm going to go neither. It's got to be.
Well,
innit?
it doesn't matter what one
Yeah,
you go for. Phil.
you've won this.
I
haven't you?
know, but yeah, I don't.
So you're going neither.
You would have heard this at some point in the British press. Christ, I've had a field day with something like
Oh,
that.
hang on. Maybe that's what he meant by we're no strangers to love. I'm going ketchup bottle, Dell.
And Jim
Takes the point.
takes the point in the made up loony land. So no, that's not. In reality, it is Phil that takes the point. It was neither, unfortunately,
for
mate, to break your
God's
heart.
sakes.
Yeah. So, and that's the end of
Oh, literally finished with Bob all points.
Nil point.
Nil point. Oh my god, I know how like the UK feels in Eurovision. I've just got done over by like Slovenia.
So if I'd have taken famously,
yeah, it was the famously that threw it. Oh my days! The fact that I came third to the man that wrote the questions is quite upsetting. But Phil, it feels like you've got a
you
hot
did,
streak
mate. Yeah, you
there.
won.
Started
it's
slowly,
3-2.
Absolute hot streak.
Gone to a little roll.
I like that. That's good fun. Weird, but good fun. Okay, chaps, I reckon we take a little nosy at the television of 1983. What say you? Well, shall I be mother and begin?
Go.
I'm going to pour you out a big fat slub of Blackadder Begins on BBC One.
Ooh.
Bloody love Blackadder.
This is the very first one,
It was
isn't
the
it?
very,
where
very
it's got
first one, where it's like back in the
proper-
medieval.
I didn't really like
Yeah,
that one.
this-
Though.
That was a
Blackadder
slow
2 was
start.
when it
Yeah.
started.
2 gets good, 3's brilliant,
Three-
and 4 is
first-
ridiculous.
See, 1 and 3 are not very good, and 2 and 4 are brilliant. And it's like every
Yeah.
other one was.
Yeah.
It's-
There's like the pilot's coming up on
Right.
is it Dave or Gold, one of the channels has got it. And it's like never been shown before.
Oh,
So
really?
they've got it in
Okay.
the next week or so.
Is that he's got a really weird haircut, isn't he? For
Like
this,
the proper bowl.
Yeah,
kind of
bowl in
thing.
it. Yeah.
And he's a lot of real. He's like sort of a bit pathetic, isn't he? He's
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's
he
not
gets
the
more
sarcastic.
confident in
Yeah, bastards that he
Yeah.
becomes, is he? Which is, but it's a hell of a 4 series. Let's be.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Right, what else have you got, chaps, for us? Let's talk.
I've got the A team.
Shut
Oh,
up.
yes.
Yeah.
I want to touch on this anyway because it's relevant because of obviously it ties in with music. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's one of the classic all-time A-Team, and if not 80s TV episodes ever. Is
Oh, is this the one with
Boy George?
Boy George is in
Yes.
it. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Chatting to like Mr. T about his feather earring or something. Isn't it?
Yeah,
Is that the one?
there's that, and it's at the end that they basically, I think they're in a redneck town,
Yes.
and in the end,
They're always in a redneck town.
well, yeah,
yeah.
but he's in a redneck town playing,
pick up the US viewers.
and he starts singing "Karma Chameleon," and you got all these rednecks dancing
Dancing
around,
away, yeah,
and all
clearly.
like Mr. T,
Yeah.
and all people that were
Turns out they'll
clearly
do
just
anything for money.
absolutely smash Boy George if he ever turned up in this at that time as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's
do
the
remember
bizarre, and he's called. Do you remember his name in it by any chance?
that. Was it Boy George?
No.
Girl Rosie.
So think of very sort of could be. Think of the people that maybe in that sort of. Well, they weren't rednecks; they were like cowboys. So what could his name be? name be?
Billy Mae Jane.
No, it's so simple.
Cowboy George.
Yes. It's
There
Cowboy
it is.
George.
Cowboy George.
Cowboy George, mate.
Yeehaw!
With like the exact English accent that he's got now.
He
and
didn't
he's
act at all,
Cowboy
did he? He
George.
was
And
Cowboy George,
He's
clearly.
still got his like sort of like
The hair
his
and the
long
colour
hair
and
and
the rest of
the
it.
different
Yeah.
colour. Yeah, it's still like it's hilarious.
It was a banging program.
I think he actually knocks someone out as well. And,
he?
and he
Does.
makes like a comment. It's classic. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there would have been like a throwaway line or
yeah.
something. But it was as a program.
Oh, yeah,
was
it's amazing,
just
yeah.
magical, wasn't it? That was like Saturday afternoons almost.
I
Wasn't
remember my mum used to say.
Yeah,
tea
about
times.
5 o'clock, wasn't it?
I
No one
remember-
could shoot for shit, though.
No, that's what I was going to say.
It's like the Stormtrooper.
yeah,
stuff,
the
isn't it?
accuracy of the
No,
Shot the
think
ground,
so.
didn't it?
My mum used to say, "Oh, it's so violent."
Yeah,
She's
not
going, "Oh,
one
yeah,
death.
Not really, mum.
Not one death.
And all the grenades went about 10 metres away from them, but they just jump off the building.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
perfect.
Or
Yeah.
the car would always somehow hit a ramp and flip
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
They'd all get out, dust themselves down, and still be perfectly okay. And
Yeah, it's like if you was it if you need someone, you should hire.
the
You're not
80.
really going to if you're going to hire someone, you want someone who can kill someone.
yeah, I'd quite like you to be able to.
If your soldiers are
can you shoot
fortune,
better
yeah.
than that? Because you're awful, lads.
You want someone who don't use Nerf bullets. You want some.
Who brings Boy George to a fight with them? That's weird in of itself.
Also, the classic again, very 80s. Same with MacGyver. They was always trapped into like
Like a
sort of
warehouse,
like
or a garage with two rolls of sellotape, maybe a wrench, and they came out with a fucking tank.
a tank, and for some reason,
Flamethrowers. A lot of
Mr.
flamethrowers.
T would always have his welding gear on him.
Yeah.
He
He'd
never.
always be welding.
He wouldn't get on a plane, and he'd always
He'd
pack
always
his
have a
fucking arc welder,
close up of his biceps as he was doing it.
sweating heavily. Yeah,
Oh, but
They
yeah,
were
brilliant.
An
I love-
inventive bunch of bastards, but it was
mate.
brilliant. And again, theme tune.
Exactly, yeah.
Magnificent.
Are we going to do it? Are we going to do the theme tune?
Do you want to do it?
About 10 past 5 Saturday.
Yeah, it was,
Something
wasn't
like
it?
that, wasn't it?
Come in from a big day in the park,
Yeah.
all tuckered out, when I sit on the sofa and just watch,
Oh, yeah, it's great, yeah.
watch the 18.
Takes you back. That
Start the
takes you
weekend.
back, doesn't
Start the weekend, wasn't it? I mean, it was a good year for telly. It turns out
it? It was.
It was a good year. What else we got? What else we got, chaps?
The bill.
Oh, we said it was a good year for telly. And then you come up with a bill.
To be fair, I very rarely watched the bill, but it did go on for a long time, didn't it? But so, yeah.
It
And
did.
another British one was Taggart.
Yes,
Yes.
there's been a murder.
Yeah, Taggart.
Yeah,
Lovely
that's-
stuff. That ran for
yeah, that's-
freaking ever, didn't it?
That's pretty good from what
Yeah, I
I
think about 2010 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Was that the one that then span off to become? No, Lewis. That was Morse. Wasn't it? That was Morse. That was Morse. Ignore
They
that.
can't be any further from like
Could not be any different, could it? But there we go. That shows how much IT.
hard hitting Glaswegian and was it Kevin?
Just very laid back.
No,
kind of, there we go. Was it TJ Hooker that was also on at the same
Yeah,
time?
TJ Hooker. I
I
used
think we
to
had
love
that
that.
last year, didn't we? I think.
Is
I don't know.
Heather Locklear was in
yeah.
it as well,
Yeah, but
and
then-
obviously William Shatner
absolutely,
is amazing.
What
Playing
a-
it straight, but absolutely hilarious.
but horrendous at the same time. And then I've also written down Knight Rider began on this year as well.
I didn't get any of that.
Yeah, Night Rider. Yeah, I had Night
Me
Rider.
and you are looking at the right year. I
I
think.
got
Mate.
I got that as 82.
For whatever reason, I think you're either a year older than us, and you've been held back a year in school. But everything you seem to have is a year before.
It's all the same.
It's all the same. Maybe you got yours on Video Man,
There's some classic,
I bet that's what it is.
on Pirate.
classic Knight Rider episodes as well. Do you remember the one with Garth Knight, his brother, his evil brother?
The evil stepbrother.
A stepbrother, yeah.
The moustache, didn't he?
That's it. It's
He's just had a moustache.
It's Hasselhoff with a moustache.
Didn't he have all like a cane as well, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, there's
everybody
Yeah,
had a
the
cane.
cane.
And do you remember Kit's rival?
Oh, yeah, and they collide in the air, don't they?
Yeah, they both turbo boost in the air. And the other one is Cat fires a laser at Kit, and he just puts his mirror up or something like that. And it shines back and blows up.
Genius.
It's
Utter
brilliant.
genius. I mean, when you think of it, it was so bad, wasn't it? It's so funny.
Yeah.
Again,
Unintentional.
theme tune now.
Oh,
Because that was a slow start, wasn't it? That was great. And you just had the car, didn't you, in the desert,
Yeah, that's
wasn't
it.
it? It was like,
Knight Rider,
classic.
Michael Knight is a wrong one.
he's a weirdo and never takes his jacket off.
Yeah, was he like a criminal, wasn't it? Was he a criminal?
He was the night
So-
And
rider.
because he's like put to sleep and they like...
It's put to say he was
like he was a
in a
dog.
14-year-old Alsatian.
No, but he's like,
Come here.
Don't they do like surgery on him or something like that? I can't remember. Doesn't it start like that?
I can't remember.
I can't remember.
Oh, what, for his back legs that were going?
Did he have wheels fitted?
I can't. They don't like make him superhuman or anything, but they do. I'm sure he's like a criminal or something like that. And they,
Yeah, I might be.
I can't remember. Really.
He's essentially a traveller, isn't he? Because he just drives around in a massive
He's
truck.
like the littlest hobo.
Yeah, it's the littlest hobo
in a
with two
car,
legs.
essentially.
Yeah,
He's got more hair than a little hobo, but
Very much.
yes.
Better jacket.
Oh, and the chest.
And the chest.
There's another one
the
who had
rug.
his chest out all the time.
He loved getting the rug out, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, big time.
God love him. Oh,
Him,
what a
Tom Selleck, and Reynolds, Burt Reynolds.
lot of curly, bushy hair on those three. Absolutely.
Oh, exactly, mate.
Speaking of curly, bushy, I don't know where I'm going with this. Just Good Friends started on BBC.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
With old Paul Nicholas and his big old...
another John
curly-
Sullivan.
Oh, he's big old.
With his big old John Sullivan.
That was good though. I used to like Just
Yeah.
Good Friends. It's really hard to find these days.
Hello, Pen.
What a good friend.
Yeah, it's just so hard to find.
I thought he was going to break into that Fergal Sharkey song.
When you do
Good
find one, hold them close.
Oh,
Oh, what great advice, Phil.
We're not all just comedy.
Well,
Sometimes we need to reach out to those.
That's exactly
suffering.
right, LP. Exactly right.
But yeah, John Sullivan, wasn't it again?
He was on.
And it was filmed a lot round here as well, wasn't it? In like Southend and Fort Bay.
Was it really?
oh, is it really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of it was filmed.
start.
Well, fair enough.
Good knowledge.
There was
Good knowledge.
that.
Yeah, I used to like that. It was good.
We've got another famous sitcom, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Bloody
Well,
right.
there's a lot of
There's a
animation
lot
I've
of
got.
that good
We've got
stuff.
Dungeons and Dragons,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He-Man, Master Universe,
He-Man.
Inspector Gadget,
God, yes.
Banana Man,
Banana
and
Man.
Super Ted.
And Super
So we
Ted.
go-
And Henry's cat.
Henry's
Oh, was it
cat.
really? I didn't
Bloody
get that
Henry's
one.
cat.
Oh,
I used to have
no,
a
it's
Henry's
Christopher Rabbit.
I used to have a Henry's cat like Woolwich card.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I used to get a
Yeah, I
they used to
remember those.
work in partnership,
Oh,
didn't
really?
they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I
I used to
remember
get like
that.
birthday cards from Henry the cat.
Oh, God.
Really great.
Yeah.
Henry the
There was the Moomins were knocking around as well.
Moomins. Yeah, that was fuck was that? There's some like
They're
weird
Danish, aren't they? I
Yeah,
think.
that's it.
Yeah,
It's a
little
weird thing.
blob things.
One thing I did want to go talk about He-Man and Master of the Universe. Where I just used to love the morals at the end of it.
Oh,
So,
oh, God,
like
yeah.
he'd do an episode on like sort of he'd just smash the shit,
Kicking the
out,
shit
of
out of, like,
Skeletor and then do a moral about bullying or something. Like,
When he changed back into the pink shirted Prince Adam.
Yeah,
He's like, now, whatever I just did back there,
yeah, don't do it.
don't do, guys, because it's really wrong.
Imagine like he did one on like sort of like taking heroin. So,
Get himself in neck, you
Yeah.
forget what you're doing. So,
my was story is use a clean needle.
exactly that. Yeah, don't share tourniquets,
Yeah.
kids. But that was all the start of like the whole CITV block kind of began, didn't it?
Yeah,
So
that
you
was-
could probably get in.
That's what
2
started,
hours of
wasn't it?
telly,
Children's
essentially, wasn't it?
ITV.
Children's telly.
God, we were spoiled.
Phil,
Really
I was going
were.
to say you mentioned Banana Man.
Oh,
do you
bloody
know
love
Banana Man was? Do you know who that was created by? Just out of interest.
I do not know.
It was on. I always remember it being on Blue Peter because they made a big thing of it. It was like a young girl. I can't remember how much, 5 or 6. I think I can't remember. If she wrote in or something. It's either she wrote in or she come up with a concept of Banana Man,
All right.
and then they either liked
they
it or
took
as a
it and
competition,
sort
and
of
then
ran
they
with
made
it.
it into a thing.
Yeah.
So did she get paid?
I don't know.
Did someone then
just read-
write it and go, "Oh, thanks, love, that's a great
Cheers,
idea."
mate.
All about the money, old Reynolds. Isn't he? Wants credit, writer's credit.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, fucking that was me
deserves
then. Yeah.
That might
I
be a
just
film.
imagine some bloke nicking the idea and then taking all their money.
It might be a film in the
Bastard.
making, like she's bitter, and like now she just comes back.
Let's
on
get her on the pod, find her.
Yeah, okay.
That'd be amazing.
Get her on the pod.
Goes
We're
to
going
me.
to track her down. That's yeah.
To be fair,
Before she goes on a killing spree at the BBC.
yeah, for
Yeah.
just vengeance,
Yeah,
utter
oh.
vengeance. Yeah,
She's
you know who you
and
need
she's
to stop
pissed
her?
off.
Banana Man
Oh,
and his little friend Crow.
Yeah, Crow.
Little Crow, he was always the wise one, wasn't he?
And there was a
You don't
weird
wanna do that.
sergeant in there, wasn't there?
Yeah, always sort of
weird,
chasing
yeah.
him down.
It
And
was a
stuff,
bit
wasn't
odd.
he? Yeah,
And the apple, wasn't there like a bad apple or something?
that's right.
So some-
It's always some weird shit, wasn't it? You could tell there's a lot of like psychedelics
it was,
being
yeah.
taken the decade before.
Yeah, by the 5-year-old.
By the 5-year-old, she's off her neck. Didn't know what's
Well,
going on.
also, the weird thing with Banana Man is, like, he has to go through puberty every day. Like, when he eats a banana, like, he turns into a man. So he's literally, yeah. And then he just goes
Does
back
he
to
skip
Eric.
it though?
Well, no, like, seriously, if he's turned into a man, he
Little
might be
Eric,
thinking,
yeah.
oh, I actually fancy a wank. Like, because I'm getting all these changes here, but I can't do it as Eric.
So what? Halfway through, like a battle with the evil, he stops off and has a quick tug on his banana.
and then
So is he like Shazam?
that was the little girl's original script.
That was his word for word.
Yeah. I like elements of it. Maybe leave out the wanking.
Yeah, that was the feedback from the BBC. Yeah.
Also-
we like most
And
of it.
for that reason, we're not paying you.
Yeah, we're going to pass on it.
And also, we got a child psychologist down there.
You might want to go and
wanna
have a
speak
chat.
to.
Yeah, just go and spend 20 minutes chatting to them whilst we watch Blockbusters.
Oh, was that it?
That
Fucking
started
Blockbusters.
this year. Do you want
P,
to do
please,
the-
Bob?
There it is. I knew you'd do it. I wrote it down. Phil will say, P, please, Bob.
Yeah.
I've literally written it down.
There's my
You
name.
had to, didn't you?
For my
Or the
name.
people on the Manchester scene, what do they want?
Ease, please, Bob.
Ease, please, Bob, yeah.
Ease are good.
It was good.
It was a banger, wasn't it? It was a hell of a show. I used to love that. What would you have done? Would you have been the single team or the team of two?
single.
gone?
Always,
You
you always
for the
root
glory?
for the single because you felt like it was unfair, didn't you? It was the underdog.
Two brains, and they only had to get one more square,
Yeah.
is it, or hexagon. It was a bit.
Yeah.
Felt like there should have been like two
Yeah,
or
but
three.
you always
more.
rooted for
That's
the one, didn't you?
Blockbusters.
Exactly. Maybe it should have been double.
Why didn't they just make it 1-on-1 or 2-on-2? It was just bizarre, wasn't it?
It was just like,
It's just
so
like-
you haven't got any mates, so you can come as a one, and
was
these
weird,
two popular
wasn't it?
ones, they can
Just
work
make
together.
it 1-on-1 or 2-on-2.
That's a great show. No one ever questioned it.
It was just like, yeah.
Years that ran, and no one ever questioned the concept and the format. Should we not have it equal, guys? We would have to redesign the board. All right, leave it as it is. Fuck it.
Could take it
Yeah.
in turns. One of them goes first, the next one goes first, the next. Yeah.
And they still had to win the same amount of games.
Yeah.
Mental. Absolutely mad. But there we go. I had two more things that I noted down. Alvida's Ain't Pet.
Yeah, I love
on
that.
Channel 4, which was a banging little
I never
show,
got
wasn't
into that.
Did you not?
No.
I didn't at the time, but then it was on ITV4
I was
one
gonna say,
time, and
yeah.
I watched it, and I got really into
Really
it.
good.
Yeah, it's really good. Wasn't it?
Really good, because there was a good few actors that sort of started in that. That's the guy from Lewis, isn't
Lewis.
Timothy
Yes.
Spall, isn't it? Timothy
Timothy
Spall.
Spall.
Timothy
obviously.
Spall, obviously Jimmy
Jimmy
Nail.
Nail.
Jimmy Nail.
in there.
Yeah, I think my parents used to watch it, but I just never got into it. Yeah.
Oh, I should give it a go.
Yeah, it's just easy watching. Yeah,
Worth a watch. And Cheers on Channel 4 was the other thing that I
yeah.
noted
Cheers
down,
was amazing. Yeah,
which was a great start for
Would you like
an
to
awful lot.
get away?
Where?
But somebody knows your
Great theme tune,
name.
wasn't it?
But
Great.
yeah, that was the start. Like
Chazzy.
Woody Harrelson and Ted Danson was huge. And
It's
blah,
one
blah,
of
blah.
them theme tunes as well that, like, a bit like Only Fools and Horses. I always used to think Rodney sang it or could have sung it.
Oh, right, what do you think,
It was
like
the same with
Harrelson
Cheers.
or
Yeah, I always used to
Danson?
think like Harrelson could
Well, Woody
have sung
Harrelson
it.
wasn't in the
Yeah.
first one, was he?
No,
No,
no, but
it was
in my
a
head
Coach.
when I watched it, yeah,
Coach in the
I'd
first
never watched it when Coach was in it till later on.
I've got a whole Cheers box set.
All right, show off.
showing off again for.
Yeah, I think I said that in the last one, didn't I?
Someone's
I
renewed
think I must have had
it,
it for 82 again.
Again.
I am. Like,
You're a
it's
year
weird,
ahead.
isn't it?
Oh, I
know what
can't
it
believe
is.
there's one thing on here. I can't believe you haven't.
Well, I've got a couple more.
Okay, I'll let you say it just in case.
Well, I don't know if I have. I've got a few
well,
more.
try 'em,
But
try 'em
in the
out.
same vein as the A Team was Manimal. Remember
Oh,
Manimal?
Manimal was amazing.
Fuck,
Yeah.
It was the same, similar kind of thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was
That
but
didn't last very long, though, did
Nah,
it?
and I think it was only on for this year. But yeah,
because it was so
Absolutely mental.
but again, it was like.
So
it
what
was that,
could he actually change into
like a
different
snake,
animals?
a bear, or a
And a
tiger,
Hulk.
like a jaguar or something like that, wasn't it?
a Hulk. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So that's not the cartoon one.
No,
Well,
it was
no,
like
it's an
a,
actual,
it
like,
was a,
there
it
was
was
program.
like the A Team. It's like
What was the cartoon where the guy had like strength of the bear?
Phantom?
speed
Oh, that
of
was
the-
Braveheart.
Brave Star.
Brave Star. That's it.
Brave
Yeah.
Star.
Braveheart.
Freedom!
the strength of 10 bears?
So what would be like the shit's British version of
Fox.
Manimal?
Fox, pigeon, all the vermin, rat.
Seagull. Seagull. Just fucking shitting everywhere.
Just mix people's chips and pasties.
Fox, pigeon, seagull, and rat.
Badger.
Hedgehog.
Hedgehog.
All of them are nocturnal. So you just come out at daytime and just defeat them.
They just come out and fuck everything. That's it.
I've got a curly dick.
Oh, mate.
Whatever. I'm eating chips down the seafront. Right, fair enough, you win.
Yeah, oh, that's brilliant. I love that.
UK manimal. Speed of the fox. This one's got a gammy leg.
It's got mange.
All these first. That's so stupid.
Just shitting on people's doorsteps.
Pepper up its
People
arse.
like he's not even like he's not even a fit. He's just like, oh fuck's sake, Manimal, fuck off. Man,
Shit on my doorstep again.
When he turns back to a
Dickhead.
human, he's got pepper on his arse.
being chased down a road by an old lady with a frying pan. Stop shitting on
Fucking
my
hell,
drive,
man.
you dickhead.
Lives in a council estate.
Oh, God. Bloody
brilliant.
love that. Oh,
I bloody love that.
I didn't think that was
It
going to go
was
down
shit.
that road. Yeah. What else you got, Reynolds? What else you got?
Terror Hawks.
Oh,
Remember
what
Terror
a
Hawks?
show.
It was shit, but
Yeah.
I only remember the bit at the end where I used to play noughts and crosses.
Yeah, I remember.
with the bad woman with the big
Yeah, I
fucking nose, wasn't it? But it was just like
The
everywhere.
bad woman with the big
She
fucking
had a-
nose.
She had a big hooked nose, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. Yeah,
Terror hooks.
And it just used to it was just noughts and crosses. You'd have a
It's
game
weird.
every
On her
week.
nose.
No,
It was that big.
crosses on her nose.
It was bloody enormous, this Hooter.
But she'd be like the crosses and. Well,
Right,
I can't
okay.
remember what it was. The other one.
I know what you mean, yeah.
Just used to do that.
It was a weird
That's
thing.
all I remember about it. It was just odd.
Was it done by the people that did like Stingray and all that shit? It was a
I was
puppet
going
thing,
to say it's
wasn't
puppet,
it?
but
I think
yeah,
it was
it's a
like
puppet.
might be
I know, I
people
think
that
it's
did like
the-
the Dark Crystal or something. I'm not sure.
It might
It
have
was
been.
similar
Oh, yeah, it's
kind of-
American sort of. I think it was American, wasn't it?
I don't know, possibly.
It was,
Yeah, all
it
that
was spelt
puppet
that-
stuff. I think that was coming
terror,
to the,
wasn't it? Not
where the
terror.
age of puppets just thought someone
Would have
thought
been-
like,
what's his name,
who we need to quit
who
this
was
puppet
the-
shit.
Who was like the puppeteer at that time?
Jerry Anderson.
Jimmy, Jim,
Jimmy.
what's his name?
It was Jerry
Henson.
Anderson, wasn't it?
You're thinking
Yeah.
of
Oh,
the
Jim
Muppets.
Henson.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, Jim Henson. Yeah.
Yeah.
He pretty much all Labyrinth and all that, and Dark Crystal, didn't he? I'm sure it was.
Yeah, Jim Henson was like a different league for
Yeah.
me, like rather than that Jerry Anderson.
Rather than
stuff.
Jerry
And the
Anderson thing.
Well, even the Terror Hulk stuff, but yeah, he did it, and it was just great. I thought he was a genius, Jim Henson. Well,
Yeah.
You used to look at like the Muppets, weirdly like they were real.
Yeah,
kind
just
of thing.
it worked. That's what I mean. It doesn't even feel that it wasn't puppets.
It's definitely a dog that's telling those jokes.
Yeah.
or a bear
Yeah,
or something,
exactly.
yeah. Oh no, Ralph was the pianist, wasn't he?
Yeah,
played
he
the
was.
piano.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Fozzie-
yeah, he
Fozzie
was.
was
Right.
a bit
Just
Big
like used to.
penis he was. Fucking-
Massive pianist.
Massive pianist.
Any more for any more on this stellar year for
Got
telly?
Wind and the Willows.
Stop it! Was that there as well?
David
Yeah,
Jason,
David
wasn't it?
Jason. Yeah, doing all
was
the
that-
voices. He did all the voices.
Always reminds me of Christmas. That did for some reason. Is it always on at Christmas?
I did. I used to. Yeah, I did. I used.
It's got that kind of softer.
Oh
feel
no,
to
no,
it
it wasn't. He was Toad, wasn't he? He played Toad,
Yeah.
and then you had the guy
Was it
from
Peter Sellers from
Peter Sellers. Yeah, Last of the Summer
Last of
Wine.
the Summer Wine?
Yeah, he
was,
did.
Was he Mole?
Mole. Yeah, I think
think,
so.
wasn't he?
It was.
Sellers was like Inspector.
Salis.
Oh,
Peter Salis.
was it
whatever.
Peter
He's the guy
Sellers?
that does the voice of
Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah,
Ah, right.
Yeah, it's that dude.
it's that guy.
Yeah, it was one of the
right.
things
It
I
was
used to
very
like. But
gentle, wasn't it?
although the blooming theme tune at the end made me feel like I wanted to slash my wrists. Wind and the willows and
Yeah, for some
razor,
reason, it always just
razor
reminds-
blades,
just reminds me of Christmas. It must have used to be on
razor
Christmas
blades and hanging
Oh, that's why it reminds me of
and
Christmas.
overdosing.
I don't know if it was or not, but
Yeah.
just taking me back.
I know
to
what you
Yeah,
mean,
no.
though. It's got that kind
Christmas
of a...
'83 now.
It's a similar vibe to like
sorry.
the Snowman kind of a thing.
Yeah.
It's that same feeling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing I got, Little Miss and Mr. Men.
Now, you used to love a Mr. Man.
Love
didn't
Mr.
you? Let's
Men,
be
yeah.
honest.
Love Mr. Bump, Mr. Silly,
Mr.
Mr. Uppity, Mr. All that sort of Mr. Nonsense, Mr. Funny.
Just for a moment,
Nonce.
I didn't know where he was going with that.
Mr. Nonsense.
I love Mr. Bum and Mr. Nunn.
Mr. Savile.
Where are you
Yeah, but-
going, Mr. Savile?
that-
Don't go down there. That's
Yeah,
the
no.
crematorium now.
Well, we've done the whole Mr. Tickle thing. Yeah, it's a bit
Yeah,
of a, yeah.
it's
He
all a
wouldn't,
bit-
he wouldn't be able to
Bit wonky donkey now.
survive. But yeah, no, I mean, Mr. Funny. I mean, come on, a guy that lives in a fucking teapot,
Done.
drinks a cup of toast and a
Delicious.
Oh,
Couldn't go wrong. It was
funny
it's
guy.
harmless
funny guy
stuff.
drives
Funny
around
guy.
in a shoe.
Yeah, funny.
Done.
Although he was cursed, he was also a manic depressant. When he got
He was
home.
on a lot of tablets.
I'd say it'd be locked up in this day and age. wouldn't
Yeah, it would be, yeah. Daisy sandwiches and all that stuff. Yeah, that was it. And I've got down Remington Steele, which is like, just a fantastic name. I can't tell you anything about it. I think
it?
he was
I
like.
had that last one. That's
Was
Pierce
that
Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
and that's why he didn't take the part. He was offered the part of Bond, wasn't he?
Oh,
right.
yes, sorry, mate. Oh,
He
we
took
did
on
do that.
Remington
Yeah,
Steele,
sorry.
No, but again, Dale, I think you're probably right. It is this year because, as we know, Phil somehow.
How come I always get the year early?
well, one I can't believe you've missed out or didn't see was Police Squad. On
Well, no, again.
had that last
And
year as well.
again, so there we go. So
We've
sons
got
and
to read-
daughters, did we have that last
Sons
year?
and, no, I've got sons and daughters for this year. Dale.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We
Yeah.
might have mentioned it in like a kind of a when you were
The
off
theme
sick.
tune.
I think I did have.
Yeah, there's
that's
a bit
what
of
you
a-
No, I
end
had
up
sons and
watching.
daughters 82.
Oh, God.
Basically, what we're going to do is we're going
Rewind.
to let you have a week off,
Yeah.
and then you will have caught up, and everything
right.
will be all right.
Did you have
Tucker's Luck.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Both
See,
at the
I've
same
got
time,
Tucker's
yeah.
Luck, yeah.
Which was the Grange
Spin-off.
Hill spin-off, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Was that Todd? What's
Yeah.
that?
Carter,
Todd Carter.
Yeah, I've got that. And the other thing I've got is Good Morning Britain starred
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
And Diamond and
And Nick
Owen.
Owen.
Yeah, he's like Luton chairman now, isn't he? Isn't he Luton
Yeah.
Town chairman or
Yeah,
something?
that sounds about right.
Yeah. Oh, is he really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because that's recorded in the offices that I work in now.
I've seen a couple of like old clips of the show, and Diamond was such a prude.
Yes,
It's
he
like
tried to make it a bit
Blouses
edgy,
she used
didn't
to
he?
wear, didn't she?
Buttoned
And
all
he
the way
used to-
up.
It's
All the
used to
way
get
up.
really funny about
Was that the one we had Jimmy Greaves come and do TV, and he used to wear like
With
a
his
funny
hammer.
jumper every
I think.
every
Giles-
week?
Oh no,
Giles
Giles Brandreth. Yeah, it
Yeah, but
was,
didn't Jimmy Greaves do it as well?
yeah. I think he was. I think when he got a bit famous later on with
Did he?
Yeah,
like Saint
Saint-
Greasy. and
Yeah, it must
stuff.
be 90s. It was probably 90s then.
Yeah,
he used to
it
come
was,
and do a
yeah.
TV section where he'd tell you like TV
I
to
say
watch
when
for
he
the
got
week.
famous later on, like he didn't score like a shitload of goals.
Yeah, he was probably famous from the football side rather than
He was famous for being an alcoholic.
yeah, odd little
That
performances on
bald guy with the
TV.
funny V-neck jumpers.
TV breakfast show.
And last thing, Crackerjack, that was still on.
Was that still going?
It was still going. Do you remember? There was a famous catchphrase from it. It was well over the top.
Crack on my jack.
It's along the lines of that.
Christ on a
But
bike.
it's to do with fruit. I thought
Oh,
you
you
might
can
get
crush a grape. innit?
Yeah.
You can
Crush
crush
a
a
grape.
grape.
That's it.
Crush a grape. Whatever the fuck that means.
Did he go from that to? Was it? No, this is going to sound really odd. Isn't it? You're essentially going to laugh. Was it, I could test drive a Tonka. Something like that as well.
Ooh, I could fuck
Crush
a
a
pineapple.
Oh, I could tan a pilot.
Oh, I can stick a pineapple right up my ass.
Well, that was Rick Astley.
Yeah. He didn't do it with HP bottles or anything. He just went straight for the pineapple.
Pineapple.
Delicious. What a year for bloody television. Did we ever go out?
No, well,
wouldn't have
we
done,
were
did we?
spoiled for choice of TV. Where TV, I mean, they say it's a golden age now, but I
And we were
beg to differ now.
Five
Looking
at
back
this
at
dunno.
point as well, weren't we? So can you imagine
You also-
coming in watching Henry's Cat, Banana Man, Super Ted?
Oh, yeah,
and
there's some great
And
stuff.
then the
stuff like the
A-Team and
A-Team
Manimal.
and
Yeah,
Knight
Manimal.
Rider.
English
Jesus.
Manimal.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, yeah.
Dungeons.
Imagine
Yeah, that was
that.
good.
Oh, I said I've missed one. And possibly another great theme tune. Do you remember The Adventures of Portland Bill?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
It was
I
it was a lighthouse keeper.
Yes.
It was on Channel 4, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah, I do remember
But
Portland
yeah,
Bill.
it's another one.
I
of
can't
those sort of
remember
things. The
how.
Adventures of Portland Bill. But
Yeah, I
it's a
can't
banger.
remember
Check
what
it,
he
check
did.
it out. I'm sure it'll be on a YouTube somewhere. but-
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so many good bloody programs.
was.
That's it. I'm going back.
It's got to be up
Screw
with
it.
one of the best Lighthouse programs of all time.
I would say it's
ever
up
made.
round the twist.
Round the
Yo,
twist. Yes,
yeah, it's
that
quite
is,
right,
That's got to be the best lighthouse
Actually, yeah.
program ever.
the best theme tune as well.
Very much
I think
so.
we've done it before, so
We have.
We won't go over that again.
We don't want to, but I'm tempted already.
Yeah.
Have
you ever?
I've literally made eye contact with Phil. We both want to do it really badly
Both
now.
gonna
but
blow into it.
No, we can't do it. Okay, let's end the segment and then we'll go and sing it. Off,
Yeah.
off mic. Okay.
I'll blow you.
Did anyone else pick that up? Did he? I
think so,
Did he
yeah,
just offer to?
Fillet you?
I think he
I
did,
did,
didn't
mate,
he?
yeah.
Have you ever felt like this? Now get down here. Where strange things happen while you're blowing on my dick.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Right, chaps, shall we take a peek into the films of the year? I think it's probably best. Regular kind of format, 3, 2, 1, and then we can talk about some honourable mentions if there are any. I have a feeling we might have some duplication this year. It's not a classic year for movies. Or
Certainly not.
so, well, some good movies, but maybe not the volume of them.
Yeah.
So, you're our regular movie mogul, Mr. Reynolds. Why don't you
Yeah,
start
you're
us
right.
off?
It wasn't a good one.
Just for a moment, I thought it was like, yeah, you're right, I am a regular movie mogul. Yes, thank you.
No, you're right. It wasn't.
Yes, refer to me as that from now on.
And my number 3 could have been anything because I think I'm just putting this in for the sake of it. I don't think.
Because you've got to hit a format.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I really did
I mean,
struggle.
if you are really struggling, should we allow him a pass on a number 3 and just move
no,
to
I'll
number
go
2?
for it. And I'm Scarface. I'm going to put it as 3.
I've got that as my number 3.
Yeah.
I think it might be somewhat higher with Mr. Dello.
I don't think it's a pretty. I don't think it's a great film. Really, I'm not. It's never been one of my classics.
I'll
And I
watch
like
it.
the gangster films,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's always been one that I've just thought's a bit over the top.
It's quite cheesy as
Yeah.
well.
Oh yeah,
That's what I
it
mean.
hits all like the tropes and stuff of what you expect to find in that kind of thing.
I like. There's a couple of funny bits where he's dancing with Michelle Pfeiffer to this song. It's called "She's on Fire," and it's like proper like she's like doing this weird sort of like mum dance.
know
There's
exactly
like a
what you
scene
mean,
where bloke's getting his like arm like cut off with a chainsaw.
The violence is totally over the top. It's brutal.
It's a bit cartoony.
But it's because he's had to fight for what he's got, kind of thing, hasn't he?
Obviously, it's just like a remake from a 40s film, isn't it? Or something? But
Tony Montana.
it's
Political refugee.
Yeah, that's.
I haven't seen it in a long time. I've never. But he was just that's. It's not been a great
It's a
year
bit
for films.
comic. It's a bit comic booky, isn't it? Where you just again like when he sticks his like face in the big bowl of
massive amount of cocaine at the end.
Yeah, it's just sort of
on
like
his descent into
it's
paranoia
like,
and madness.
I must admit, out of all the sort of the gangster films that I've liked, I don't tend to go back to that. If I'm honest,
I think it's the key art and stuff that just looks really amazing because it's all that black and white.
It's just of its
and the
time.
red lettering and stuff. It looks really striking.
It's of its time. It's over the top. It's not a bad film. I don't think it's
No, that's what I mean. It's an odd one, isn't it?
Like thingy a bit later that he's in where he plays another Cuban in Carlito's Way. I much prefer. So much better. Than
yeah. He's more human in that.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. It's
just way over the top, isn't it?
Yeah, I've never been a fan of it.
And the other weird thing is when he's kind of got a weird thing about his sister.
I was going to say he's sort of protecting his mum and his sister.
Like Michelle Pfeiffer,
he's like really too close to his sister.
The actress from Robin Hood, Elizabeth Mantri
Costa.
Mugi Magamu
Yeah.
Jacaniga.
I know what you mean. Is it her?
Yeah, that's.
I know who you mean though.
Exactly.
But yeah,
But like,
it's really creepy.
It's got very cult status film though, isn't it? And the poster obviously is everyone used to have the poster, didn't they?
Yeah,
it used to be that kind of iconic.
Red
and white, is it red and white or black and white?
Black and white, and it's like red lettering. So yeah,
it's a bit of an 18-year-old wannabe gangster.
Basically, you'd have that, and you'd have like a Ferrari Testarossa kind of poster on your wall, and that was your.
I did used to have a Ferrari Testarossa.
There you go. Yeah, there she blows.
I don't know why. So I don't like cars at all.
Grey and white diamonds on the.
I'm not into my cars at all. But Ferrari Testarossa, I did used to have on my wall.
That and the girl that scratches her bum.
Just taking me back to 1987.
There it is. You're in. Sadly, we're in 1983 here. What's next on the films? Ronald's
Return the Jedi. I'm going for.
I've got that as my number 2.
Yeah, it's not. Obviously, it's probably the.
Well, that's what I'm mulling over because.
Are you still thinking?
I think
it's a good film.
Actually, no. It's my number 2 because I think I watched the other film, which I think is going to be the number 1, and I do much prefer it. It's still. Well, I'm fucking talking about it, so I'll shut up.
Fair play.
Yeah,
number 2.
Yes, it's probably it is Star Wars. It's good. It's probably the worst out of the trilogy.
The original 3.
Yeah, but it's still good fun and that. But
it's good. I think they messed up with
just the Ewoks, isn't it?
The Ewoks. It was meant to be. It was meant to be
whatnot.
Wookiees. Apparently, it was meant to be.
Kashyyyk.
Chewbacca was going to go back to his home planet.
Yeah.
And I think later on he kind of shoes it in with the prequels, like the Wookiee planet and all stuff. But that was what it's meant to be. And I think that would be a bit more realistic because like they're taking on the Empire. But even then, I think he said it's a bit of a mishmash of the film anyway because they took elements of Empire and stuff and didn't quite know because I think Empire took such a massive role out of all the films. They didn't quite know what's
left almost
to do. And then they had this big character in Boba Fett, so they had to kind of stretch that out a little bit. And but again, it's great fun.
There's some good
Love
bits.
It,
like the speed of chase.
It's a good end to a trilogy, but it's probably the weakest out of the 3.
Oh yeah, no, definite. But great. It is great fun.
The fight at the end with Luke and Darth is good.
Yeah, massively, yeah. And then the only thing that annoys me a little bit now is when they do, the bit at the end where like you see all you see Obi-Wan, you see Yoda, and you see Anakin as ghosts. What annoys me is like, so old Anakin dies on the Death Star.
Yeah.
Then, for some reason, in the remakes, not the remakes, the updated, they put young Anakin in. I was like, why? It's just, it annoys me because he's like...
Yeah, they tinker with it too much.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't get that.
All the oldies die. So you got like Yoda goes, doesn't he? Anakin and the Emperor all die in this one.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
Killing off all the olds.
Yeah.
Ageist.
It was a sign of the times.
Unbelievable. Easy Prince.
Yeah.
I do. There was other roles as well, and then them deleted scenes as well. The commander was meant to have a bigger role as well.
What, for his lunch.
Yeah, it was a big bacon roll,
Massive bowl of soup.
bowl of soup. He was meant to have a bigger role because he was meant to have a conflicting role with Vader, a bit like in the first one that he has with one of the commanders, and that they just took a lot of it. No,
We'll have him. We'll just.
but yeah, no, he's good.
It's all right. Yub nub indeed.
Yub
nub.
Yep.
God love him.
Yeah. What do you think of the Ewoks?
I mean, it's quite contrived.
I mean,
isn't
at
it?
the
It's a
time
bit-
when it was 5, I probably loved them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But you know now it's obviously just a.
Yeah, I mean they're all
cynical
right. He's all
selling.
right, but
Yeah.
it's you got to take it for what it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
it's just like he's what it is. But I mean, he's still good. But
It's nice, yeah. It's that kind of low tech against high
Yeah.
tech, the Empire against.
Oh yeah, I get it. Yeah.
It's nice. It's,
I think they probably consciously went that way as well because Empire Strikes Back was quite dark.
it was very.
I
Dark
think they
in
went
comparison,
consciously think
Lighten
we're
it
going to
and
go
end
lighten
on
up
high.
a little bit.
Right, okay.
That's what I get the impression
Yeah.
anyway. It's a bit like when a band releases something like a rock out. All right, let's go low, or the other way around.
Yeah.
Right, let's go heavier now. It's like it's consciously in your head, and
Yeah,
you've got to change it.
We can do different sides of
Yeah.
the same coin.
Do you wish they'd have got like Obi-Wan doing a Sinatra number or something like that?
Oh,
Could've done.
on his way out,
Or
like,
Anakin.
start spreading the news.
Yeah.
and sort of clicks on his way through.
Big band number.
Would have been lovely. Oh, a swing number. Would have been beautiful, wouldn't it?
But Leia, hey,
Whoa.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Let's leave it there.
lovely segue out, Mr. Reynolds. So me and you have agreed on our 3 and 2, and possibly even Richie.
Number one.
Number 1, here it comes. Drum roll, please. Or motorboat, someone. your choice.
National Lampoon's Vacation.
Oh, he went that way.
I did, yeah. Now, I've written, if you've gone for the other one,
I have that as an honourable mention, and I love the film.
see, if you've gone for the other one, I watched that recently, and I was a bit underwhelmed by it, but we'll see.
What? Even though you've talked so
Yeah,
fondly
about a scene.
about a certain
About
film.
a scene, yeah. So you have gone that way, yeah. And I didn't like it on the rewatch.
Yeah, I still holds up.
No, I like National Lampoon's Vacation. I
Chat
think
us
that's
through
great.
it then, Ronalds.
You
Chat
up?
us through it.
No,
Chat us through
it's just great fun, isn't it? It's basically
It's
a family trying to get to, was it Wally World, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's
It's
great.
like theme park, and they're just going across
Yeah,
Yeah,
road
so-
America
trip.
trying to get there, and it's just
Doesn't he have like the big thing for? Is it Christy Blakely? I can't remember the supermodel. Brinkley or something. And he's just literally
yeah. but
like
you got-
just stuck.
why when you got Beverly D'Angelo as well? I mean, she was
Yeah,
hot
she
as
was
well,
nice.
wasn't she?
That's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
America's favourite mum.
yeah, no,
I
exactly.
think wasn't there like a story of who's the son who plays it?
Like Rusty.
Yeah, and apparently there was a story that he kept trying to see, or he kept trying to see her in the shower or something, like offset or something like that.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
like-
Oh, Rusty.
yeah, something
You
like that.
rogue.
So, but yeah, no, it is great. It's great, just a good comedy, and it like loads of having like road rage with lorries and every person on the road, and it's just Chevy Chase. I know we've talked about him being meant to be a bit of a difficult person to work with, but
Yeah, he
it
plays
is a good
that role.
film. I do
Character,
like that.
yeah.
one. I like that one. I like the European Vacation as well.
Yeah,
I think
same
it's
here,
a
yeah.
couple of
Well,
years
the
later.
Christmas one as well is. I think
Yeah,
that came-
I don't like the Christmas as much.
do you
I
not?
like this one and the European. I like the Christmas one, but not as much.
Right.
But I know a lot of people do. But yeah, no, yeah. So that's my number one.
Good. Nice. All right, Del, how similar or not are yours?
Yeah, so it is very similar. So trading. Oh, sorry.
Well, what's your number one?
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, sorry. So it's number 3 is National Lampoon's. Number 2 was Return of the Jedi. I swapped it around. It was my number 1, but then I had Empire. So but I think like watching it actually the other day. It was on Channel 4. Actually downloaded it today and watched it. It's Trading Places. So yeah,
Course
so
it
great.
is.
Talked about it a bit and the Christmas thing, but I love it.
Yes.
It's it's great fun, and it's just the whole the whole way they flip the whole
The con.
yeah.
It's beautiful.
So yeah,
It's very problematic though. Now
Oh,
you
God,
watch it
yeah.
now.
Yeah, there's some scenes that are
There
just
is
like, whoa, that's
really problematic.
yeah. There's
I just
yeah,
didn't
so
find it. I watched it recently, and I was
I
really
just-
underwhelmed by it. You know when you have like a thing in your head, like
Expectation of what it
yeah,
was.
I remember watching this. I loved it, and then I was just like.
There's a bit.
I just didn't find it that funny. I find it very problematic.
Yeah, the
Don't get
bits-
me wrong, Jamie Lee Curtis makes up for
Yeah,
it. But it was just, I was just like, afterwards, just like, I didn't think it was that funny.
No,
I really
I
didn't.
kind of like the way Aykroyd plays the snob.
Yes, and he's sort of down.
Eddie Murphy's just Eddie Murphy, but I kind of like the way, and he's funny. Don't get me wrong, he makes it.
They work as the two, don't they?
Yeah, it works well. And then you got Denham Elliott as well, sort of like being the butler.
Jim Belushi's in there for a little bit of weirdness.
Yeah,
as
Jim
well,
Belushi's there, and weirdly enough, Frank Oz is in there as well.
Yes, Yoda.
So he's sort of.
And I think I said it when we spoke about Christmas.
Might be Christmas, yeah.
But then the weird thing is that obviously it's in 1983, and obviously it's around New York, and there's a lot of the World Trade Centers.
Yes,
it's actually nearer 83, so that's 18 years before the Trade Center, and we're 22 years. So it's actually filmed like
closer to it.
Yes, and you think like that, you think, fuck,
time does fly.
Wow, he's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, no, but mad. No, he is.
But yeah, no, I did think you guys might go for it. I was just a bit underwhelmed by it. It's okay, it's a good film.
I know what you mean, because it's dated and of a time and stuff, but if you can kind of put that aside, I still rate it.
Yeah, there was, no, that's fair enough.
So yeah, that was my number one as well, so...
So you did 3 Scarface.
What did you?
I did exactly that. So 3 Scarface, 2 Jedi, and number 1 was Trading Places.
There's one film I was mulling over to put it in, just because the cast is absolutely fantastic, and it's sort of like the Brat Pack. I think that was called. It was The Outsiders.
Oh yeah, it's exactly.
Outsiders it's just a good drama film.
Have you seen it lately?
Well, that is the thing.
I watched it this week. It's awful. It is really bad.
Shit,
it's a great cast. It really is.
Yeah. Do you know, Joe, also what put me off as well? There's a line from it that was obviously, it's nicked from Step Brothers.
Right.
You know, when she, like, basically, I can't remember her name, the actress, but she basically overwhelms and pretty much
you're going to be gold.
Right,
you're gold.
yes, stay gold, pony boy.
Yeah.
I can't remember after she pretty much molests John C. Reilly in the toilet.
Yeah.
And then she goes to him, stay gold,
Catherine
pony.
Hahn.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah,
because that's what Ralph Macchio says to.
Was it Thomas
T. Dow or something?
Oh yeah, something like that.
Thomas C. Dow. Yeah.
Stay gold, pony boy.
It's a really weird film.
But they got isn't like Tom Cruise saying like soda pop, or they've all got a weird name. All the names.
The cast is amazing.
Yeah,
like, every minute you're like, oh fucking hell, that's that guy. It's like Patrick Swayze's, Rob Lowe, Tom Cruise,
Emilio
Estevez. Like
it's a real who's who of who goes.
Ralph Macchio, and it's like fucking
huge.
But it was
Ralph Macchio's acting his way over the top.
It was shit. It was really fucking weird film, and I was just like, that's crap.
Yeah, no.
And then you had Rumblefish as well, didn't you? It was the same year with the same kind of cast. Brian De Palma, as well as Brian De Palma. No, was it Brian De Palma?
So he was Scarface, wasn't he?
No, it wasn't Brian De Palma. It was who did The Godfather?
Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah, it was Francis Ford Coppola. He did that, and then he did Rumblefish the same year with the similar cast.
What's Rumblefish like? I never watched.
I didn't watch that. I didn't get time, but it's a similar kind of thing.
Right, okay.
But
it's very sort of dated, Greases.
Yeah, exactly.
It's West Side Story, pretty much. But but it's not even that. It's like West Side Story. You get the rivalry of the two gangs. You don't really get it in this. It's odd. It's just like they're pursuing a girl, and then these guys turn up. They have a bit, nothing like really bad, and then the guys show up and find these 2 kids on the swings, come over and start a fight. It's just odd. And then Ralph Macchio stabs one of them. They go on the run, and then the church burns down. His kids are all there. And he goes to get one of them out, and then he gets stuck and gets burnt. And then he dies in hospital. And then they have this fight. And then Matt Dillon, that's the one we haven't mentioned. He's like the main guy, goes around, goes nuts. And he goes like trying to shoot
Matt
everyone.
Dillon. Matt Dillon's still cool. I think in all that nonsense, because it is nonsense, it's well over the top acting as well.
Yeah.
It was quite a big book, wasn't it? I think they used to teach it in English, obviously before we went to school, but
obviously they only gave us like Mr. Men, didn't they?
But it's not a very good. It's not a very good film.
Fair enough. I'll take that off the list in that case. Were there any that did make it onto an honourables list aside
it was honourable because it is big, but Risky Business. I mean, Tom Cruise was busy this year.
He was busy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Just in his pants and sunglasses.
Yeah.
Living the dream. Flashdance was knocking around this year because you mentioned that in kind of...
Yeah, you know what? I don't actually... that is an honourable mention, actually. If I'd have got the chance to rewatch that, I don't actually mind that. It's quite a nice, actually, story about making it and pursuing it.
Yes, exactly.
It's full of cheese and lots of quotes, but again, I'd have to rewatch it.
As a lot of them
Didn't
were.
Get a chance.
As is Superman 3.
Yeah, that was my question to you boys. What was the worst film with a 3 in it that year? Was it Superman 3 or was it Jaws 3?
No, it's got to be Jaws 3.
Jaws 3 very much takes that crown.
Yeah, totally.
Was that the one Michael Caine in?
No, that's Jaws 4. No, Jaws 3 is bad.
Oh, I don't know actually. And that's the one where they put the bomb in his mouth at the end. It's in like the
underwater aquarium.
It's in the aquarium, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. I do remember liking
where it
that one.
actually cracks the glass.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was going to say, is that enough to make that film suddenly
You got
less shit?
Francis
Yeah, I don't know,
McDormand.
maybe.
Is it McDormand?
Yeah,
or-
from Fargo.
Fargo, she's in it.
Yeah.
And do you remember Hatchet Harry?
Oh, from
Is he in it? Is
He's
he?
in it
Not
as well,
Snatch,
yeah.
the other one.
Lock, Stock.
Yeah,
Lockstock.
Yeah, Hatchet Harry's
Is
in
he
it.
really? Excellent stuff. Bloody hell. There's
But
a
there was
cast.
even better. There was 2 Bond films this year.
Octopussy and Never Say Never Again. Yeah, big
How
year
weird
for
is
Bond.
that? The only
what-
time there have ever
what-
been 2 Bond
Were
films.
they both Roger Moore as well?
No,
one
one
was-
was Connery.
Yeah.
So it was apparently a lawsuit going on at the time about the rights for Bond.
Okay.
So Bond had Roger Moore was the current Bond because
Yeah.
he was doing it, and Sean Connery hadn't played it for about 12 years. 1971, but there was some lawsuit going on about it, so they got Sean
Moore.
Connery back. No, one production company did their own with Roger Moore, and another production
shit.
company did another one with Sean Connery. Got him back.
So what's the one with Barbara Broccoli and Cubby Broccoli's?
Barbara
lot?
I think that's
that's current, isn't
that's
it?
Octopus.
Is that Octopussy? That's like the legit one. if
Yeah,
you like.
yeah, and then you got Kim Bassinger's in Never Say Never Again with Sean Connery.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
And the odd thing is, it's the reason it's called Never Say Never Again is based on Sean Connery saying he'll
Oh, so
never
you'll
play
never do
Bond
Bond
again
again.
in '71.
Okay.
Oh,
And
okay.
obviously does, so they do that.
So Never Say
And they
Never
keep
Again.
referring to Bond as being old in it. But the ironic thing is, he was 3 years younger than Roger Moore.
Moore.
He was
really?
playing the other
Yeah.
Bonds. But
Love
how
it.
weird is that? You had, so I think Octopussy come out in like June
Yeah.
or July, and Never Say Never Again came out in
Latter part of the
October
year.
or something like
Yeah.
that. So you had 2 different Bonds that year.
Really? So what were the films that I don't remember much of Octopussy, if I'm honest with you.
I
It's
don't.
one that I tend to
No, I
avoid.
don't either.
Does he not ride in like it's like a submarine, but it's disguised as a crocodile? Is that not that one? Which sounds ridiculous.
Or an octopus.
He's like in a hollowed out crocodile. I don't know why I put that in my head.
Lol,
but-
crocodile.
I mean, it's got to be the worst Bond name ever, is it? Octopussy. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
What?
Shambles.
yeah, it's pretty crap.
Yeah.
Do you remember I remember the film poster of it. She had like.
They're like standing next to each other, aren't they?
Yeah, she's standing
Like
next to her,
back
but
to back, aren't they?
She's got like.
It's like
8
Pretty
arms.
Woman.
It's like ridiculous.
Reminds me of
I
Pretty
think-
Woman, but Roger Moore and
Comes in handy.
whoever she is. It's
Yeah,
a bit like that.
It may be. What the
Julia
poster?
Roberts.
Yeah, the poster.
No, she's got 8 arms.
Yeah, no. Julia Roberts has,
and,
I know.
and she's not a prostitute.
Yeah,
She's got thigh-high boots.
She's got 8
and,
hairy
8
armpits. In it.
8 hamsters.
8 hamsters. To put up Gear's arse.
Friend of the pod. Again, we're still here, Richard.
holding them.
We're
He
still
don't
here.
mind. He loves it.
He loves it.
He made him famous.
Putting them
again.
on. And another one.
Pop another one up. Firing them out like ping pong balls. So we mentioned those. So we've done Superman 3, Risky Business we touched on. I think Educating Rita was out this year.
Oh, yeah,
as
sorry,
well,
that
which
was
is
Michael
quite a
Caine,
nice
isn't it?
film.
Yeah.
And Julie Walters. isn't
I
it?
actually wanted to watch that again because that probably might have made it in there.
Might have
So,
squeaked
yeah.
in.
Staying Alive as well.
As in... Keep going. Sing us out.
No, I'll leave you to
Is
it.
that the extremely poor sequel to? Well, yeah,
Saturday Night Fever.
I don't even
Yeah.
think Saturday Night Fever was
Didn't
that good.
Stallone direct Staying Alive? I think he did, didn't he?
Did he
Stop
really?
it.
I think he did.
Did he really?
Wow.
Or did he write Saturday Night Fever? I know Stallone was.
He can barely spell Saturday. There's no way. Night and Fever, I
Look it up
believe.
now.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
there you go.
The only other one that sort of came across my my page, if you'll pardon the expression, is The Meaning of Life, the Monty Python thing.
What was that?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
was
that
this
was
year as well.
It was okay. There's
It was
bits
no
of-
Life of Brian or
it Mr.
what have you, but
Chris?
it's exactly
Oh,
that.
okay,
Yeah.
Oh, ironically
Yeah,
enough,
oh,
I've got IMDb up. The
first thing-
Expendables 4 comes up as a trailer. Stallone.
Stallone, he's
Still
everywhere.
relevant today. It's
Expendables
crazy,
4.
isn't it?
Wow.
Who knew that had 4 in it?
Cool.
Well, who knew Jaws had 4 in it?
Director Sylvester Stallone.
The
Staying
guy
Alive.
knows his onions.
There you go.
He really does know his
Wow.
onions.
Yeah,
Good
staying
work, Mr.
alive.
Reynolds. Is there anything this guy doesn't know about
Yeah.
film? Well, it's not to put Trading Places at number 1, really. But nice a little bit of agreement again, isn't it? Lovely.
Very much so.